So wrapping up, solving equations here. I got a couple problems, some of the special cases, and then some ones with word problems here for us to work on. These videos, come back to them, watch them 2 or 3 times. Make sure you're copying down these problems as we work through them. When I go from problem to problem, just pause the video to take time to copy the new problem, and then we'll go from there. But make sure you're writing these problems down. That's the only way you're going to get better at them. So first up, again, I like to leave the original up there. So pretty loaded question here. Got a lot to do, a lot to clean up before we can start to solve this. We got to do some distributive property, combine like terms. We'll go from there. So first up, negative 6x, that's just coming along for the ride, not doing anything with it. Just got to take care of some distributive property on the left. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. Negative 3 times times a positive 5x. Negative times a positive gives me a negative 15x equals, distribute the negative 8. Negative 8 times negative 4 is positive 32. And my plus 4 is just coming along here. So we took care of our distributive property. Next up, we got like terms on both sides here. On the left, I have negative 6x and a minus 15x. So that's going to be negative 21x. Minus 3 equals negative 8x. So I get my negative 3 over there, just dropped down. 32 plus 4 is 36. So now I'm ready to solve this. So that's ready to go once we get to this step. So I have negative 21x on the left, negative 8x on the right. If I add 21x to both sides, I'll make that positive. So my negative 3, that's just coming down here. Negative 8 plus 21 is going to be positive 13x plus 36. Subtract 36 from both sides. Just be careful here, it's negative 3 minus 36, so it's going to be negative 39 equals 13x. Divide both sides by 13, and we're going to get x equals negative 3. Sorry, that looks bad. Okay. So again, take your time going through these. Remember, just one step at a time. Don't try to do too much. Notice, I don't cross anything over the equal sign until it's ready to solve. My first 2 steps, I'm staying on the left, I'm staying on the right. Just cleaning up both sides, getting it ready to solve here. Same deal with number 2. We got to take care of some distributive property to get started. I'm just going to take care of that right away. So we get negative 14x plus 6 plus 6. So we took care of our distributive property and combined like terms. I would add 14x to both sides here. So we're going to move x to the left. So I have negative 10 plus 22x equals 12. Add 10 to both sides. So we get 22x equals 22. So x equals 1. All right, so next up we're going to get into some special cases here. So again, I just want to rewrite this so it looks nice. So on the right side on this one, you have 8 minus 9. Combine your like terms there, so we get 6y equals negative 1 plus 6y. So next up, I'm going to subtract 6y from both sides. 6y minus 6y, it's like you have $6. I take your $6, you have $0. You got nothing there. And you have 0 equals negative 1, which is definitely not true. If If you get a false statement like that, 0 equals -1, there are no solutions to this. So again, false statement, 0 equals -1, there are no solutions. So just a lot of like terms we got to combine here. We have 8 minus 3 is 5. So right now we have the same thing on both sides of the equal sign. So, whatever x value I could give you here is always going to work because the sides are exactly the same. But if you want to keep this going, add 2x to both sides, that's fine. We end up with 5 equals 5, which is true. So that means all real numbers are solutions. You can pick any number you want, and it'll work. All right, I want to go over a couple word problems with you as far as getting these set up. So it says the table at the right shows the cost of ordering t-shirts from 2 different companies. With how many t-shirts would the cost of the order be the same? With both companies, what would the cost be? So we're going to say this shipping cost is like a fixed cost, okay? It's just however many shirts you order, that's what the shipping is going to be. So with crazy shirts, let's just let x equal the number of shirts. So it's going to be 8x, $8 per shirt, plus the shipping cost. When it's going to cost the same, T's for all, let's just call it T's, is going to be 7.5x plus that $16 shipping fee. Whenever you see this word per, that's what's going to go with your variable, okay? It's a rate, just like the price of gas. Gas is like $2.55 per gallon. You multiply how many gallons you buy by the cost there to get your total cost for filling up your tank of gas. So anyway, to solve this equation then, subtract 7.5x equals 16. So again, your main thing here is getting it set up. I think these equations are a little bit easier to solve than some of the ones we've been working on. We're going to get x equals 6 shirts. Would cost the same at both places. All right, next up. Brent has $60 in his savings account. His brother Chris has $135. Brent decides to save $5 of his allowance each week, while Chris decides to spend his whole allowance along with $10 of his savings each week. After how many weeks will Brent and Chris have the same amount of money in their savings accounts? How much will that amount be? So we're going to make one up for Brent. Our variable is going to be x, and that'll be weeks. And then we have Chris. So Brent has $60. He's going to save $5 a week. Chris has $135. He's going to spend $10 of that savings each week. We just care about the savings. We don't really care about the allowance. We just know what they're doing to their savings account. Brent's going to add $5 each week to his savings. Chris is going to use $10 of his savings each week. So we're going to solve this equation. We just rewrite it. So I'm going to add 10x to both sides. we have 15x equals 75. So that means x is going to equal 5 weeks. So after 5 weeks, they will have the same amount of money in their savings. All right. So again, as always, email me if you have any questions. Please make sure you're taking notes while we're watching these videos, and I post the notes too. All right. Have a good day.